Hello children and welcome to your English class. I hope you all are keeping yourselves safe and happy. Well children, let me begin today's class by telling you what a wildlife safari is. Well, a wildlife safari is like going for sightseeing in the wild jungles to look at the wild animals. Earlier they used to go to the jungles for the safaris to hunt down animals. But now they do go, they capture them, but not in the nets or in the cages, but on their cameras. Right? So children, when you go for the sightseeing to these jungles, we need to be very cautious because different kinds of wild animals are lurking in the jungles. So we need to protect ourselves. And first of all, we need to have an idea of what kind of animals are there in the jungle, isn't it? So we need to know the different animals, the description of those animals, and what do those animals do to people when they encounter them, right? So, in the poem, How to Tell Wild Animals, Carolyn Wells gives us a very humorous description of these animals. Her humor may appeal to us or may not appeal to us. Let's find out, alright?
How to Tell Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells. Well children, before we move on, let me tell you something about the title. In the title, the word tell means to identify, recognize, or distinguish wild animals. This is a beautiful poem written by Carolyn Wells about the strange habits and behaviors of some wild animals. Now, Carolyn Wells was an American writer. She wrote more than 170 books. She was a prolific writer for 40 years. She concentrated more on poetry, humor, and children's books. She is still remembered as the writer of light verse or nonsense verse. In the poem, the poet has described dangerous ways to identify wild animals. She has explained the characteristics of various wild animals in a very funny way. She has used language in a way that it generates humor. The poem is very educative and informative. It also shows us the poet's love for wildlife. The knowledge of wild animals is a must if we are planning to venture into the wild forests. This poem is thus very educative as it tells us about the various features of wild animals. Now let's read the poem stanza by stanza and understand the meaning. Stanza 1. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you'll know it is the Asian lion. In this stanza, the poetess says that if we come across an animal whose skin is yellowish brown in color when we are in the jungle, and if this animal roars at the person so strongly that he can die out of fear, it means that he has encountered an Asian lion. She humorously explains the Asian lion could kill a person with its roar. Just see the spelling of dying in this, children. Actually, the spelling of dying is D-Y-I-N-G, but here the poetess has written it as D-Y-I-N, just to make it rhyme with lion. Now let's understand the word meanings from the stanza. Advance, to move towards someone or something. Here it's the Asian lion. It moves or advances towards its prey to attack or threaten. Tawny, brownish yellow color. Beast, a dangerous animal. Stanza 2. Or if some time when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. In this stanza, the poetess calls the tiger a noble beast. Now, noble means an aristocratic person or an aristocratic creature. So here, how can a noble creature or a noble beast attack someone? So that is where she brings in the humor. She explains that this animal that roams in the jungle and looks very aristocratic, and the color of its skin is yellowish with black stripes. And she says that if this creature advances towards you and kills you and eats you up, then you have surely seen a Bengal tiger. Now you just see how the poetess has used dark humor to explain how a tiger looks. Because once a person has been eaten up by a wild animal, there is no use in determining which wild animal it is. Let's see the word meanings from the stanza, children. Noble, very impressive looking or aristocratic. Ground, here it means background, the background of the tiger's skin. Discern, identify. Now let's go to the third stanza. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you'll know it is the leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with pain, he'll only leap and leap again. In the stanza, the poet tells us that if you are casually walking in a jungle and you meet an animal who has a skin with spots on it, and this animal leaps on you, and when you roar in pain, it will not stop. It goes on jumping on you. So you can be sure that it is the leopard. The word meanings here, children. Strolling, walking in a slow and relaxed way. Hide, skin of animals. Peppered, in the stanza it means covered with spots. Children, we will stop with the explanation of the 3 stanzas in this class. The next 3 stanzas will be explained to you in the next class. Until then, I would like you to read these questions and answer them briefly in your homework book. So until our next class, goodbye children and take care.